worry. There's some people in the chat freaking out. We're here. I think I set the show to start at 3:20 by mistake. But 3:30. Joel's here. I'm here. You're here. Let's get this show on the road and start this out to close thing, shall we? Yeah. All right. It is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Oh, the word of the day is all-time highs. Soon.
Yes, Spencer, should I just come over and give you your $25 right now?
No, we should wait. We should wait.
You should wait?
I'm not going to count. I'm not going to count my eggs.
No. Good call. Good call by you. Let's run over the big stocks. What's going on today? S&P futures up 28. Good day here. We never got near that pre-market low. That was just like, we're not going to the pre-market low. Never give you a chance at that. We went above that target that I had at 09.25, the 910 high, September 10th high. My sister, we went to 11.5. And we're putting the brakes on a little bit now, tailing off into the close. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing, as the overnight buyers will come in and just buy. Crude is up 52 cents off the high of the session. You don't have me calling a double top at 83.18 and 82.99. You're going to post a new high for the rebound, 82.20. That's where all you have to do is improve on 81.73. Gold up 4 sticks in a trading range at 1769.70. Silver spent some time over 24, but settling in the 23 handle, up 43 cents at 23.69. Bitcoin, they love it. They can't get enough of it. Up 26.10 at 64,260. Ethereum futures, they're going the same way, but not as a big a fashion. Up $72.25 at 38.46.75.
So the trading action in that Bitcoin ETF today was pretty wild off the open. So just to tell you, everyone, in the first 15-minute bracket today, BITO is your ticker, BITO. In your first 15-minute bracket, more than 5 million shares traded. Well, let's put that into context. Okay. I'm glad you asked. The most traded stock in the stock market in the U.S. is Apple. Okay? Every day it's Apple. Apple traded this morning in the first 15-minute bracket for 7.2 million shares. BITO traded 5.2 million, or we'll round up, 5.2 million shares. So basically, like, in Apple territory in terms of trading volume off the open today, BITO, wild stuff. Things have settled down more.
They have,
but like an insane amount of volume off the open in BITO.
You know what? When we were going to do the guess the volume thing. Yeah, I would have been high. I just was going to throw out a number of 50 million, and it's not going to do that. It's only done 21.5, so it'll probably do 25, 26. Still, that's a darn good day, right, for the first day of trading. What to me is, I'm going to have to smack Triple D up aside the head, because there's some arb going on here, and we got to figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me show you how I know this is going on. This is the S&P futures, or the Bitcoin futures, right?
Okay, I'm with you.
I think this is the biggest volume day I've ever seen. 11,471. See all these volume. Today is traded 12,000, 10,000 yesterday, as they were buying the futures. So let's see if the open interest has been really steady here around 6,500. But I think this is going to be an arb feast, and I want to be in on it. Dennis can stay up all night doing it, and I'll put up the money. I think there's going to be some big arbitrage opportunities there.
This will probably set the record. This is not a hot take now, but this will probably set the record for most traded ETF on its first day. I think BUZZ has the record in terms of just first day trading, but I think this will probably break it today.
Is that BuzzFeed?
No, it's Dave. It's the Dave Portnoy ETF that he's doing with I forget the firm now. Roundhill. I don't remember anymore. But
how's it doing?
Well,
Chart's doing okay.
Yeah, I think so. Don't quote. It was Van Eck. Don't quote me on that. I thought I remember it being.
Volume's not good. Volume's not good.
The day one volume is what I was saying. But anyway, so we have the Bitcoin ETF. We have another one tomorrow. Don't forget.
Another one tomorrow?
Another one tomorrow. BTFD is going to be the ticker. I want to talk about Intuitive Surgical. And we'll get to Netflix. Netflix reports earnings after the close. We'll get to Netflix. But, Joel, we had ourselves a good old-fashioned earnings leak today. Earnings are not supposed to come out during the day. They're supposed to come out either before the open or after the close. You're not supposed to come out while the stock market is open. And that's what happened today in ISRG. I had Bloomberg broke it like 2 hours ago, 1:23 p.m. Eastern time. Bloomberg had the numbers. I don't know how they got the numbers. Somebody somewhere screwed up, and the numbers are out while the stock is trading. It wasn't halted or anything, but it did trade down. The EPS, earnings per share, was in line. The sales was in line. Coincidence or not, they also named the new CFO.
This stock's a beast.
It's a monster.
I mean, yeah, it is over the years. Does anybody trade this? Does anybody even care about numbers on this one? Because
it's such a strong stock.
Yeah, like 350. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anyone's interested in it. I'll pass on the levels.
Okay. Do you want to take a mea culpa on Johnson Johnson or?
Yeah. They must have said something like, is everybody using baby powder now, or no more tear shampoo?
Talcum powder? I don't think they still make talcum powder.
No, they don't. They make baby powder. Don't they still? I don't know. I mean, what got into this stock? I mean, is this a one-day phenomena, or is Johnson & Johnson back? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. You guys are always asking me. Come on, chat.
Well, let's see.
I'll tell you right now. Palms out. Show me you can take out 166. I know it did get to 165.15 today, but let's just, for the sake of the Bulls and Johnson & Johnson, just look at all that 166. So big day today. They all this institutional accumulation. Who was I talking to? Was it you, Emily Weiser, was asking about this? And I said, see what it does. 158, 162, 162, 158, 158, 162. And then you're in the middle. Boom, you took out 162. So let's see, 166. Obviously, could easily be a 2-day move in this, because this thing's been doing absolutely nothing.
You guys were pretty good on your Procter & Gamble call, though. PG.
Yep. PG. I mean, those things just, like, folks, when something, like, if I say something right away and it sticks out to me and I reiterate, it's usually a pretty good number. The big boys gave you a look at that 139, that they had a little appetite for it during the pre-market trading. Let me bring up the pre-market chart. Boom. You see that? I talked about this on last Saturday, that old 9:29 and 59 second trade, and then that 9:30.01 trade. Ooh, what's that? I don't even know what that is. But boom, you caught it right off the open. Good move, still down on the day. I play it for a gap fill. That gap fill may take a couple days. That would be at 142.10.
Someone in the chat asked about Tilray. Tilray got some love. I think it was John and Jerry on CNBC, and you see this all the time in stocks that have been just destroyed. Yeah. One positive comment. They're so hungry. They're so desperate for one positive comment on these stocks that have been punished, and that's all it takes for it to go up 10, 20%. In this case, Tilray's up 15% today for no other reason than John and Jerry
Did Tim take some heat on this stock yesterday on Twitter?
I didn't see that.
I don't know.
Possible.
I thought
Possible.
I did.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
All right, you Tilray traders. First day of a 2-day move coming off the low of the move. Our focus number tomorrow will be 1224. That splits the two highs from September 27th and September 28th. If you fail to take out that level, it will just go back to being Tilray and roll over and play dead.
Richard Judge, why am I still at home? Because they won't let me back in the office until 10 days after I stop showing symptoms. So I'll be back on Monday, but I'll be here for the rest of the week to answer your question.
RAG, send me an email. You were asking about getting the video from the other day. Send me an email, and we'll see. We'll set something up for you. Okay? I think we could be able to do that. RAG.
What else was everybody watching today?
He was watching Fastly.
He's watching Fastly every day.
Fastly moving slowly, but not today. Triple D said it had room to 50. RAG was looking, what he did is he was looking at the pair of highs at 45.70. And when it opened up right at 45.15, he did try and buy it on the dip. But when it came back up through that double top, he went bid. He went big at 45.70, pushed it up through 46, 247, 248, 249. And then he sold the Triple D's number at 50. But nice move in Fastly. Break it to a double top. Just a simple chart formation.
Okay. What about Coinbase? You know what? I want a positive theory out there. Here's my fear. Okay, because Bitcoin is so close to a new all-time high if it's not already there. This is my fear now that Bitcoin, and as a result, all the Bitcoin-related stocks such as Coinbase, they're obviously up because they're moving in sympathy with general enthusiasm as we got this Bitcoin futures ETF today and tomorrow. What if this is a topping event? I hope it's not.
I don't know. Are you in it? Did you get in Coinbase, Spencer?
What?
Did you get in?
Coinbase?
Oh, wait. Coinbase Facebook News and a partnership with the NBA. What does Joel think?
Yeah. There's that.
Chris Kachi? Chris wouldn't give me bad news.
No. That's real. That's real news. I don't know. I'm saying like all of Bitcoin is up today, so I don't know if that's the reason necessarily.
You know what? I'm kicking myself to high heaven because a buddy of mine that I know that has been active in the cryptos told me what his commission on Coinbase was last night.
Yep.
And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And so I don't know. I don't know if people are going to go to the exchange. I don't know. I don't know what to make out of this. But right now, you can't say it's bad for Coinbase at all. I think Coinbase has got a date with this 320 coming up. Every good move deserves a retracement for whatever. What was that all-time high on that first crazy day of trading? 429.54. You went to 208. I got this pretty close. Let's call it 320 to 50% retracement. I was talking to another friend of mine that tried to buy Coinbase on the first day it was trading. Yeah. And I think he said he had never lost 20 bucks on a trade so fast. I think it opened up, it popped, and then he tried to buy the open again. And he was just like, order filled. But now it's on the way back. The really nice move here for it. Who knows where it's going to stop? I'll have to drill down, see if there's any highs at the 320 area. But that'd be a lot of target that people have been accumulating this for a long time.
Yeah. You know what's not playing ball today is, ironically, is a lot of retail. Right. If you look at what's not, because the whole most of the market is up today, right? Every sector is up. But you got a bunch of retail.
Isn't Macy's worth $40 trillion? No. Macy's, where did we get to? What? No, I didn't even see the close. You had people stuffed on that one. 27.78, only rallied 3 cents to 81, down to 26.41. I don't know what to think about this one, but sure looks like it's coming back down. How far it's going to come back down, I don't know. You got a long ways to go to yesterday's low at 24.08.
And then what else was on my list? There was, I feel like, one or two more things on my list I wanted to cover. Maybe not. As I look at the earnings calendar tonight, we have Netflix, we have United Airlines. Tough day for the cruise lines and the airlines. Actually, I didn't look at the airlines, but tough day for the cruise lines today. I'll tell you that. What else do we have?
Is that oil? It's got to be that oil. I
Yeah.
talked about that. Do you think that hedge funds heard me talking about that this morning and they started to sell it? I mean, I don't know. Let's look at RCL. That thing is holding up. They've been walking it down. I'm not a fan of flying. I'm less a fan of cruises. I think you guys are probably sick and tired of me saying that. Unless you're going to Alaska, that is what you got to take a cruise. So I don't know. Higher fuel prices for these aren't good. I mean, I think people are willing to travel and do things. I don't know if they're just gonna be hopping on cruise lines.
Hey, you know who reports tomorrow? And I was looking as being
CVX near an all-time high. I don't think that's right, Brian Heflin. Is that right? CVX?
Chevron? It could be.
Brian, you're in the doghouse. Time out. That's not near. That's not even near an all-time high. 133.88.
It is within shouting distance. It's $20 away. Okay,
considering it was an oil stock, Spencer.
Okay, fine. I'm all right. You're right. Hey, you want to see a chart and they report tomorrow earnings? Go look at NASDAQ, NDAQ. Go look at that chart. They report tomorrow morning. This stock is an absolute stud. It's basically at this point they're just a data company, right? That's what NASDAQ is. That's what NYSE is. But
that's what we are.
Let's
be a data company. PreMarket
Prep. Look at that NASDAQ monthly chart.
That's a beast.
It's unreal. This was a company. I feel like a few years ago there was talks about like them merging with ICE or something, and everybody was so bearish because maybe it was just Dennis actually. It was bearish because the business model really all it comes down to is just selling data. That's what it is. But what a ridiculous chart. How is ICE doing? How does ICE compare? How does ICE compare?
Here.
Yeah, same. Looks the same.
Those exchange data feeds, because and you still got to pay exchange fees, right? You can get away with commissions, but you're still going to pay the exchange fees. So there you go. I don't know. Right? These stocks, you know what? I'm going to mention a term that I know nothing about. Fibonacci extension. I mean, I know what it is, but Fibonacci extension, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, I'm sure we're at one of them by now. I'm sure we're at one of the extensions.
I don't know. That's the only way you can get upside targets is doing those Fibonacci extensions.
Why do they work? Because it's magic. That's just what they do. They just magically
Emily, yep. I did see my MQ up $1.46 today. Got the Citron love yesterday. I might have to take it off my screen so I don't look at it anymore.
Good idea.
But they had some news. I think they had some crypto news on it, didn't it?
I don't know. Okay. Joel, can you look at SNDR Schneider? Aren't they on the calendar?
SNDR?
SNDR. Sandy. I don't remember what the N is in the.
What is this? This is Schneider National Incorporated Class B. Well, you know what I'm going to say about this, right? What am I going to say, Spencer? Look at the upper right chart. What am I going to say?
This is a trucking company.
Yeah. Higher expense. I don't know. I mean, knocking on the door, get rid of that 25 and a quarter seller. 25 and a quarter, 25, 24, 27, the last 2 days highs. Still settling around that area. This is not a big mover. Moved up. Wow, this low is 11 cents away from this low. I don't know. Get over 24, 27. Little breakout. Double top. I don't know how if it's gonna run like a crazy. But your next target would be 24.85. Bases the monthly charts. That was your June high, 24.85.
What else we got? Drop your tickers in the chat. We'll have Mitch hop on in a few minutes, and Mitch and I are going to hang out past the open. We'll watch the Netflix report as it comes, and we'll hang out and do that for a few minutes after the close today. Let us know what you're looking at. Stitch Fix. Florida.
Yeah.
Is Stitch Fix? I don't even want to.
How is Stitch Fix? I mean, I tell you,
I'd be afraid of guessing.
it's gonna move $10. I just don't know what way. I mean, this thing always moves off earnings big time, right? Gapped up, I believe last time. You guys can tell my apparel that I just wear old clothes. So, if I was looking at this in the after hours and I was short, I think I'd head for the hills if it got above 35. Three highs right at this $35 area. Your 3, 4, and 5 day highs. Not exactly 35, but that's what I would say. Goes 35 bid. Yeah, you're buying on strength instead of weakness. On the downside, if they miss, low of the move is 31.50. If you feel like you miss the low of the move, boom, boom, may get it. What's going on in BB? Is there something going on in that?
I just looked at that. It's up 14% today. I confess
Reddit.
I'm ignorant as to why. Let me look at the pro, see what we got.
It's Reddit.
It got some love from the street. Okay, was it a specific columnist who has influence? Maybe.
Can I make up a new term? The first to coin it on Wall Street, and then you'll hear it on CNBC.
You already coined. What is it? What is it?
Oh, the 8 formation.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You know how you got to give Reddit when Reddit's due. You know how you say you got to give credit when credit's due?
We get it.
You got it. Come on, chat. What do you think of that one?
We get it.
You guys like that one?
It was better than average. It was better than average.
Come on. Bill Big D will like
better than average.
In the accordion chart, people like the accordion chart. I'm gonna have to do my own book of technical analysis. But okay, let's go. Nathan Turner loves it. Thank you, Nathan. Thanks for that encouragement.
Give Reddit where Reddit is due. Yeah, how was the BlackBerry though? It's up 14%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How can you be shorted on a move like this? They're saying there was some news on it.
I don't know.
Boom, $12 would be a target, but you know when these things get rocking and rolling, they get going. Did I ever tell you that I had a BlackBerry and then I was the first one in my family to get an iPhone?
Really?
And yeah, I was. This is a long time ago. This is like
it must have been like 2008. Probably.
It was a long time ago. And I couldn't figure it out. And Dana, Emily, or Lisa didn't have it. So I returned the iPhone. I'm probably the only person to ever return an iPhone and got a BlackBerry. Yeah. And I got it. And then Emily, Dana, and Lisa got the iPhone. They figured out how to figure out. And then the next thing I do, now I got an iPhone. I got an iPhone, iWatch, and iPods.
AirPods. I just remember in 2007, everybody had a BlackBerry, and then within the span of like 2 or 3 months, nobody had a BlackBerry. It was like over the course of like the summer, everyone went and got the iPhone, or what? Maybe it was 2008. I don't remember. Maybe even 08. But we all had BlackBerries, and then nobody had BlackBerries. It really happened like that. The iPhone.
I think the only one that uses it is the U.S. government.
The iPhone did not come out in 2010 RM. The iPhone came out like 07, 08, I believe. I guess I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we got 7 minutes to go. Let's bring Money Mitch on here for a second. Mitch, you want to hang out with us for a few? Mitch is ready. Oh, look, his guy's Dutch Brothers coffee. He's drinking it. He's drinking the coffee. Dutch Brothers. I haven't looked at Dutch Brothers for a couple days. So it's been a minute.
Yeah, Money Mitch.
Did someone say Dutch Bros?
Yeah.
No, I was just playing. I wasn't having some Dutch Bros. I was actually having some Panera bread.
Panera. What was that? Was that PNRA, Joel? Panera?
Yeah, very good. Yep. There was that restaurant buying spree for a while.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That one private equity group, Jab, and they started buying all the restaurants, all the fast casuals. Yeah.
What do you got, Mitch? What you looking at, buddy?
Well, I mean, of course, that speaks of itself. We don't even have to really talk about bros. We're at all-time highs now. But the one that I will talk about is solar. Solar is really starting to get high, guys. If you look at some of those tickers, the one that I'm going to call out is SPWR. All right. I think Joel's going to like my little drawing here. I'm actually going to bring on my own screen here to kind of show you something that I looked at. And I drew this on Money Mitch a couple of weeks back. So it's pretty much trying to draw in the seasonality. This explains August 20th through January 21, the kind of the period that we were going through, and where we topped out is and the change over into the year. This was that same period. So now I'm kind of pointing towards seasonality here from August 21st to present. And we're really starting to get strong in some of these names. SPWR looked good today. You could look at Soul. That one did good. Cheaper name, if you guys like cheaper names, SPI, that one gets moving. But really the ones that I really like are Run, RUN. That one's really setting up. And then
lower price.
Yep. It's a really nice. And then JKS is actually setting up also. I'm looking for that one to make a move towards 60. We'll see what happens with these. I mean, what do you think? A lot of these charts are starting
Which
to set
one
up.
did I see? This SPWR, I think.
That was the one that was really a nice setup.
I think, come on, man. My charts are just kind of, man, I got to get off the dial up here. This SPWR, if you really want to hang on for this one, I'd like to see you do it. Hold out for 50%, 38.77. But your next stickly is you got a pair of monthly highs, June and July. Let's call it 31.40. So that would be on a monthly basis. That would be the next target. But maybe, I don't know. This kind of is a 2-day move here. So maybe you get a couple looking to the right instead of the left. You get a couple days of consolidation, 29 to 30, 29 to 30, and then get your Momo and then work your way up towards that 31.40 area.
All right. And the last one I'll give out is Playboy going out with the new NFTs, making a move there, PLBY. I actually, this is one that I've been calling out, looking for the new NFTs to come out. And yesterday, what they did was they did the let's drop the baby positive news first. Let's turn the stock around. The stocks that are turning around. First thing I pointed out on SPACs Attacks was look for the positive news flow to come in now. NFTs are expected to be released soon, at least news of it, and then that couple hours later, they're like, oh, we're going to release the NFTs. Now you see that pop. We'll see if it can continue moving.
Well, you know what you have here, too, is an ape formation.
Uh-oh.
What? No, we don't.
Yeah, we do in Playboy here.
Oh, maybe before today, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, before today.
Oh,
this
okay.
Is where, the ape's buying between 22 and 24, 22 and 24. And then, boom, you get the breakout above the pair of highs, and there you go. So a nice how is AMC doing today on the day of the
Joel, did you see the ape statue that they got next to the Wall Street Bull?
No.
Yes.
Really?
Really?
Oh, that's
what? I got to see this. I haven't even seen it, Spencer.
Wait,
you got to look for
unless the whole thing was photoshopped and I got duped. I don't think it was though. maybe I got duped, but I saw pictures.
This I think I would have gotten caught if I was trading this one today because it went through 190, and that's just been that area of resistance, and then goes to 192.18. So people probably got caught on this one on the breakout. Let's see. Are you showing it?
Kevin said it wasn't real. I choose to believe otherwise, Kevin. I choose to believe it was real. How about that? Obviously, it looked photoshopped, but I'm choosing to believe it was real because there was bananas there as a whole thing. But anyway, we got less than a minute into the close. Here's where we stand on the day. You've got green basically across the board. Now Chris is going to fact check me in real time. Every sector in the green except for two. Your staples and your consumer discretionary, and those are both barely in the green, in the red. You got every major index in the red. I'm sorry, in the green, and it's going to be a day. That's the day right there.
Yeah, running into the close.
Wait, they're saying it was real? The statue was real.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, cool.
It was real.
I feel less dumb.
Okay, they juiced it into the close, up 11.50, just hit 12 and a quarter. Little buying frenzy closing on the highs of the session. So nice pop into the close.
Yeah,
So.
nice close there.
All right.
Alrighty.
I'll let you. You guys need to start a new stream, or you just
No,
going to stay on
we're
this
just going to
one?
stay on here and talk about Netflix. We're supposed to get the numbers imminently. I'll give you
Netflix is tough. It's tough, man. If
It
you
is
guys are
tough.
trading these earnings, just remember. Oh, is it out?
Joel, you're a big Squid Game fan, right?
Joel loves it. Here are the numbers.
Well, I love killing people. All right, I'll let you guys.
The numbers
they kill each other. It's so violent. I'm make love, not war. I'll see you guys later.
All right,
the
numbers were out so fast. Holy moly!
Already?
Okay,
We didn't even get a chance.
I know. Wait a minute. I think they're out. I'm going. They make you go to their website. Here we go. We got it.
Oh yeah,
All
they're
right.
out. They're out.
Excuse me. Holy cow. Okay.
I got a 1 minute chart up here.
Q3 revenue 7.5 billion. That is in line. Oh my god. That is in line, if a smidge above the estimate of 7.48 billion. Earnings per share. Oh my god. I did not think it would come out at 4:00 on the button, but here we are.
Well, they pushed us.
Screw that. Forget the EPS. Subscriber growth. That's what you want to know, right? Subscriber growth. 4.4 million net new subscribers to end the quarter. 4.4 million. How does that compare? Estimate was for 3.7 million. Prior or year over year was 2.2 million. So that's a great subscriber growth number for Netflix just now from the last quarter. Again, and that's the number that people care about the most, more than EPS, more than revenue. 4.4 million paid net new subscribers at the end of the quarter with 214 million paid memberships. So that is a really good number there. And you can see it in the chart right now. Holy cow. I don't think I expected a number quite that good. What was
any international growth numbers?
1 sec. EPS came in above estimates, $3.19 versus a $2.56 estimate. What did they say international? You asked. Good question. Let's take a look here. I'm in the press release, and I'm going to have to do a Control F for the word international or global.
All right, guys, we made a move there from 638 up there towards 664. Now pulling back a little bit there. We'll see if it gets back through 664 here.
I'm looking.
I'm looking too. So let's just do some research.
I'm not reading. I'm just skimming, but it's not working for me. As a reminder, okay, so we have some guidance. We have guidance. I should probably give that. Q4 21 guidance. So guidance for the current quarter that we're in right now. And this is Squid Game. This is a number that would be juiced by Squid Game. They are guiding for 8.5 million new subscribers for this quarter, for the Squid Game quarter. That's a big number. 8.5 million. Everyone write that down. Remember that in 3 months. Remember that number in 3 months. 8.5 million. That's what Netflix said they're gonna have as far as new subscribers for the current quarter we're in right now. I don't know. I'm in the release. I'm not in the actual statement. Let's go into the financial statement and see. And I'll pull it up on my screen here. Oh my gosh, it's gonna bring me into Microsoft Excel. Holy cow. Okay.
I don't know if you read the numbers that they had for the Squid Game there.
In the release?
Yeah, in the release, they put a mind-boggling 142 million member households have chosen to watch the title in the first 4 weeks.
Number one ranked program in 94 countries, including the U.S.
That's intense.
This is interesting. This is an interesting nugget. Later in the year, this is from the very end of the statement. Later in the year, we will shift to reporting on hours viewed for our titles rather than the number of accounts that choose to watch them. So that's an interesting little tidbit here. We have
Go ahead.
In terms of number of accounts, the biggest shows are Bridgerton, This is data as of the end of September. Bridgerton, Lupin, The Witcher. Let me keep going.
My fiance, big Bridgerton fan.
So. Hey, me too. I love that show. I'm not even joking.
That was some serious drama. Some serious drama in that
Not
show.
even joking here. Okay, I finally got the statement up. Let's take a look at that.
Spencer, while you pull that up, I just want to do a little tidbit here. They said that we begun testing our games offering in select countries. So it looks like they are starting to start testing some more into their games.
They don't even have any games yet.
Looks like during Q3, we acquired Night School Studio, the maker of the critically acclaimed game Oxenfree. Yeah. So I guess they have their games. Their games are up, are theirs now. So.
All right, I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to share my screen. I've got the statement open up, and let's take a look at this thing together here. So here's the actual financial statement from Netflix here. Again, we're looking quarter over quarter and year over year. So the gray columns are all the important ones, right? I'm sorry, where are we? We're looking at column. We want looking at column S and column T is what we're looking at. So average revenue per user, $11.65 for the quarter that just ended. That's up year over year. Very nice. We've got up 7%. It says it right there. Revenues up. Everything looks like it was up year over year. Asia Pacific. Let's see where the growth was strongest. Here's Latin America. Okay, I'm looking at Latin American revenues and paid net subscription additions. Where my mouse is, and I'm looking at column S and I'm comparing it to column N. Right, the same period a year ago. So LATAM looks like grew 8%. Asia Pacific grew 4%. What the is that regional? Oh, I got to go to a different tab. I don't want to do that. Oh no, here we go. What the hell? Okay, here US. Sorry, that's where I'm at. US is on top. US grew 10% year over year. Europe, Middle East, Asia. Europe, Middle East, Africa grew 7%. I'm talking about new users here, 7% year over year. LATAM 8%, and then Asia Pacific 4%. So the biggest growth was actually in the US year over year, which is interesting because that was the market where they had that big miss 2 quarters ago.
Yeah, it's actually a great sign there, right? You know, one of the things that's been keeping Netflix running is international growth, not really domestic growth. So if they can get that back into good standards there, it could definitely help their numbers.
So wait, let's go back to the chart here. It's coming off the high, but my initial take is that was a very good report from Netflix.
And another thing to help it too is that it just had done a nice move on up, but had gone sideways, not a run into these earnings. If it would have been kind of more this kind of day, I would have been feeling a little bit tough going into here. Sideways action here is actually a good sign. Now we're looking to get strong through this high. Can it hold this high right here and get above that 646.86? So can we get to 650? We'll see if we can get that whole dollar.
Oh, I expected that at like 402, 403. I did not expect that basically right when the closing bell came. But that
has some stats I wanted to talk about, but Netflix already came out with the new stats that matter.
I know here. So let me go back to let's go back into the press release for a second. Let's just see if there's anything. What time was the conference call? The conference call is at 6 o'clock Eastern time. That's when the conference call is. All right, so we'll get some more color on. I'm sure they're going to talk more about Squid Game. I'm sure they'll talk about their gaming. But yeah, takeaways is good, surprisingly good. I mean, not that surprising. The numbers were expected to be good, and they were better. And U.S. growth looked like is where the party was last quarter, which is a nice change of pace for them. So, hey, we got Netflix. How's Roku doing? How's Fubo doing? Let's take a look at Roku, trading up in sympathy. Let's look at Disney, trading up in sympathy. Let's look at Fubo. Flat. Fubo's flat. So So
Fubo,
I just ran through here.
Flash,
Disney, Roku
Roku,
are kind of your big
Disney.
sympathy plays. Yeah. So yeah, look at that there.
Yeah, I mean, it shows definitely some lift. I think you stated this earlier, just that they're shifting on that they don't want to talk about number of accounts that choose to watch them, but versus hours viewed. So that's going to be a big change there. I think what that means is that they saw that even the hours viewed is even higher. And that's what they want to stand out. So what I'm thinking is there's people watching the Squid Games over and over again. Not only are they watching it once, they're probably watching it twice. And so that's probably helping the numbers.
Maybe. I'm just looking here. Let's just see if we missed anything. That came so quick.
Yeah, we did not expect it to be that quick. I'll tell you that much.
So it looks like that their production slate is like jam packed. They said that in the statement. Actually, they said that their production slate is jam packed right now. Assuming no new COVID waves, yada yada yada, we anticipate a more normalized content slate in 2022 with a greater number of originals year versus this year, and a release schedule that's more balanced. Yeah, the hours view thing. I don't really know if I have an opinion on that. Honestly, I don't really get a ton of. I don't get a ton of value in number of accounts that are watching the show, because we all know that everyone shares accounts anyway, and I don't know if I'll get a ton of value out of the hours watched either. So, TJ Mosley, got to get. I'm with you, but we got to give it a shot. I hear Squid Game is take us a couple episodes to get into, but I have not seen the show, so I don't know. But it does appear to be all anyone's talking about, and Netflix has shown they're capable of delivering these shows that dominate the culture for short windows of time, right? Yep. Stranger Things came out 4 years ago when it dominated the culture when that came out. And
no, the real one, the Tiger King.
Exactly. Tiger King dominated the culture, right?
Here are those titles from the press release here. If you guys want to check these out a little bit, this is exactly from it. If there's any titles here that stand out to you guys that you guys watch, go ahead and throw the number up. Maybe if it's the top 10 series or the top 10 films. We'd love to hear what you guys. I know I watched the Queen's Gambit.
Look at the date though. This is as of 9/27. This does not include Squid Game, so
it would be
on your radar
for sure.
Yep. Oh, it looks like Bill in the chat. Looks like the final tally for the BITO ETF is the $990 million in dollar volume. So not quite a record, not quite a day one record for a new ETF, but hey, that's pretty close. Anyway,
Netflix. Joe, talking about the most important Spanish one, the Money Heist.
Wait, can I say something back? So I didn't know that was a foreign language show, and when I first turned it on, I had never heard it. It sounded cool.
Yeah, the trailer's pretty cool.
And I started watching it, and I was like, "This is like 3 years ago," and I was like, "I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
You can't watch a Spanish movie, bro.
I'm sorry, couldn't do it. I watched like the first couple of scenes. I got 10 minutes in, and I was like, I'm done with this. But it looked good. I just didn't have the patience for it at the time. Anyway,
the Narcos. Remember
Netflix
the Narcos?
trading higher after hours. Narcos has been on my watch list for a very long time, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. just to give you some historical context here for Netflix, let's just give you some past performance figures.
They do good
on this other platform that I use. 1 second, let me pull it up right now. And if you go back and look at the last 3 years, Netflix on average opens down. Netflix is way more likely to open down tomorrow morning than it is to open higher in the last 3 years. If the last 3 years are any guide, it's basically it opens down 3 times as much as it opens higher the morning after its earnings report. So there's that. That's something to keep in mind. It also generally does trade down 2 days, 3 days, and a week after its earnings report. It is basically more. These are more often than not, they're buy the rumor, sell the news events for Netflix, based on, again, the last 3 years. Sailing Squid Game was priced in. I normally scoff at that saying, but it's so cliched. But honestly, I think there's something to that saying. I think you're probably right. There, you have two sets of expectations. You have the consensus Wall Street expectations that are gathered by companies like FactSet, and then you have to juice those numbers a little bit because of the phenomenon that is Squid Game. So I think there's probably something to your point, Sailing. There's probably good news priced into the stock already. That being said, it did pop on the headline, so it did show you that Wall Street was surprised initially by the numbers in a good way. That being said, though, based on the last 3 years, the stock is more likely than not to trade down at the open tomorrow morning. We would have to spend the rest of the evening, undoing the. I mean, we're basically kind of almost back to the close, which is sort of interesting here. But the average move down, the average move from the earnings close to the post earnings open is minus 1.1% over the last 3 years. So basically, you're looking at on average, Netflix opens down 1% the day after it reports. So we have that. That's our guide. That's gonna be my guide. And other than that, looking at closing as your support, your closing price as your support. I don't know where that is, but probably somewhere around, what is that, 6? What does that say?
639.46.
All right. And we're at what now? 640 something?
Yeah, 643.50s right now.
Okay. All right.
Just want to see it close above 650s. That would give it that strong look into the open tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Also, zoom out though. Can you zoom out, Mitch? Because Netflix has been for a while.
Daily chart.
For a while there, we sort of scoffed at Netflix because it wasn't moving. It wasn't doing anything. It basically did nothing from July of last year,
a year
to August for a year.
And 1 month.
It did nothing for a year, and then it just ripped to new highs in the last 2 months. So there's definitely some of this already priced in. And when you factor in Squid Game, when you factor in the move that it's had in the last couple of months, yeah, I buy that. I buy that argument for sure.
Yeah, I think it has a leg up room to go from last time it did a breakout. It went from 3 to the 500. So it was a kind of 200 move from the bottom there. I think from this 500, you have some chance to get it to 700. I think that's where it might kind of station at, but I think you're going to get a little chop zone, like Spencer says. If this ran into it, kind of look at the weeks. The last couple of weeks, it's really run, and the Squid Game was for the last 4 weeks, right? So the last 4 weeks, we've had a decent run in it already. So I think that definitely played a factor, and people were already kind of bullish probably. And then with the Squid Games, it just made it that much more.
So Noah goes, nice. Netflix earnings normally suck. The earnings are pretty hit or miss. The reaction normally sucks, and it's a little early to judge. I mean, the initial reaction was positive, but if history is any guide, I wouldn't exactly. So wait, what's the after hours high? 663.15. I mean, it's a pretty safe bet we're not going to see that. For the rest of the night or tomorrow. That being said, the fundamentals, the numbers themselves are actually very good. They guided strong, and they came in with better subscriber growth than we were expecting. So
let's recap quick.
Let's not forget that. Well, let's not forget that the numbers were good. There's the EPS themselves up on the screen. Net new subscribers, 4.4 million. 4.4 million versus an estimate of what was it? It was 3.9 or something, 3.8. I don't even remember.
I have the global numbers right here. Q4 global numbers, net addition 8.5 million.
Okay, right. I was reading the US number. Sorry. So yeah, 8.5 million versus an estimate of subscriber growth of 8.41 million. So 8.5 versus 8.41. When you consider they had that terrible miss 1 and 2 quarters ago, that's a pretty good number. What did that? Let's see. Let's go back to the release here for a second. I've got so many freaking tabs open. What was their subscriber growth a year ago? 1 second. I have it here.
One thing being talked about in the chat is that they need to have like a big show every quarter. And I mean, at the end of the day, I have to give it up to Netflix. Almost every year they have one, right? It's like really there for them. And I think that's important. You have to have some way to keep the trend going and get some new subscribers. And I think things like this, whenever you have just one hit, you don't need 20 hits in a streaming service. You just need that one real culture grabbing hit every year, and that'll keep people on it.
Wait. Okay, let's clear. I was confusing the numbers here, so I apologize. The 8.5 million number, that's their guidance. That is their subscriber growth guidance for the quarter that we're in now, Q4 2021, the current quarter. That's what they say they're going to have this quarter. We'll have to circle back to that next quarter. This is what they're guiding for the quarter we just came out of. They also came in above estimates, but it was not 8.5. It was 4.0. I was right the first time. It was 4.4, which came in a smidge above the estimate. So that 4.4 new subscriber number came in above estimates and above the it was basically double last year's total, which is kind of crazy to think about. So last year, we're talking about the July, August, September quarter during COVID, and Netflix just basically doubled up their subscriber growth in that. That's pretty freaking good. That's pretty damn good. So these were objectively very good numbers, I think. Now, the stock has also been a beast, so temper your expectations. But that was a good quarter.
Yeah.
And that was a good quarter without Squid Game. So, I mean, I see no reason to freak out over anything here. I mean, Netflix is a monster. Disney is still moving higher slowly and steadily in the after-hour session. Roku's flat, looks like.
Well, what do you feel on the actual streaming battle, right? Because there was a big question when Disney really moved into the game, and was Disney going to take subscribers away from Netflix? And I've at least come to the understanding in my eyes that I think, sometimes you might have family, let's say members that have both. They have Netflix and they have Disney Plus. But I still think Netflix is the forefront kind of streaming service to have. But I mean, what do you think on your opinion there, Spencer?
I'm very cyclical. I tend to move to platforms one at a time. I will spend a month watching a Netflix show and some of the Netflix movies, and then I will move away from that and I'll move on to Hulu or move on to HBO. Right now, I'm on an HBO kick. We just binged Succession, so we caught up there, and I've been watching some HBO documentaries and stuff. So I tend to move in. I haven't been on Disney Plus in probably, I don't know, 6 months, but I'll get back there eventually. I tend to move to I have 5. I have Netflix, HBO, Hulu, Disney Plus. I just finagled my way onto an Amazon Prime account, so I got a lot. We got a lot of options, so I tend to move one at a time. So I don't know if I'm the tip. I don't know how typical that is, but I would love everyone in the chat, if you want, if you think you can, maybe try to rank. Like, if I could rank the platforms that I spend the most time on in the aggregate, even though I tend to move it one at a time, it's probably HBO first, Netflix second, or maybe Netflix first, HBO second. Those are the two that I spend by far the most time on. Hulu would be a distant third. Disney Plus would be a distant fourth from there. and then Amazon after that, basically, I think. So Shelly says one Pirate Bay. Shelly, from where you are, perhaps. Apple Plus, which I don't even have Apple Plus, so I don't even zero.
I don't think I've ever had Apple Plus.
Zero on that for me, but
that's
what
probably the one that I think.
What would you say is your where would you spend the most time on as far as platforms?
Spend the most time, I'd honestly have to say Hulu, because I watch a lot of shows that I didn't watch live, but then I catch them on Hulu.
Yeah.
You get
Netflix and Hulu both have a lot of that. Yeah. What are you watching on Hulu?
So a lot of my cooking shows, Hell's Kitchen, things that you'll find on Fox.
Yeah.
And I could probably just go to Fox for it, but I don't have a stream. I don't have a cable service, so I cut that off. So it's easier just to use Hulu for sure. I would say Apple Plus. Chris mentioning Ted Lasso. I think that's the only thing they got though. Literally,
they have a couple of things because I see ads for them, but
that's the only one that I've heard.
I don't have it, so I guess I don't really know.
The one I think they could really step up to the plate in the next year, and I think it's really been changing a little bit, is Amazon Prime. They're actually getting a little bit better. I think when I first started, Amazon Prime was just there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Can
I plug? I use an app. This is how OCD I am. I use an app to track all the different shows that I'm watching or want to watch. It's called Next Episode. They're not paying me for this, but they freaking should. Next Episode. I think you have to pay for it. I think I paid $3 for this app. No, I think you actually do have to pay for it to use the app. I think, and I just track I just track all my shows that I want to watch or am watching or have already watched. It tells me when they're coming up. It tells me what's up next. So I know that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shows, 6 shows that have new episodes in the next 2 months. It tells me when they're premiering. And it's a great way to, if you're like me and you have a bajillion shows that you want to watch, but you can only do one at a time. So it takes you a very long time to get through it. Then I recommend that app. It's called Next Episode.
I threw a poll in the chat here for if you're a subscriber to Netflix right now, this moment right now. Are you a subscriber? It looks like we got about 80% of the viewers right now subscribe to Netflix.
I am not a paying subscriber.
That kind of shows you. I mean, hey, if 80% of our viewers are on Netflix, I mean, and that kind of giving me the lift right there. I would love to hear the same answer for Disney and Disney Plus. But I think what it is just that, I think Netflix, one thing that they might go away from is their children's content. They've done so well in children's content. So I don't know if this is going to be something that they'll do. But I think that you'll start seeing Netflix keep targeting more of, let's say, the teen, the young adult, and trying to hit that consumer. And then you'll see Disney Plus still go after the kids.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that for sure.
Peacock, that's the one I haven't heard anybody.
Peacock and Paramount Plus are the odd children out in this. I don't know anyone who has either of those. Not that
or at least pays for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't pay for Netflix, but that doesn't mean no one in my household doesn't pay for it. But I don't pay for Netflix, so it's all about finding people who can pay, and then you share. Yeah, Pedro's got it. If they ever crack down on account sharing, I'm screwed. I'm so screwed. If
they're
they crack
trying,
down on account sharing, I'm not gonna lie about it. I share accounts. I pay for stuff and I give it to people, and people pay for stuff and they give it to me. I mean, that's the way it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $12, $15 a month for 7 different things. That's insane. Why would I do that?
Especially the family plans, man.
Especially when I go entire months without watching Disney Plus. You know what I mean? So it makes no sense. Anyway, done with that rant. Netflix, before we hop off here, it's trading 640, 641, somewhere in that range. So it is trading higher. But again, a good report. What's up, Brian? Netflix will explode if they did that. Would it be good or bad, though? I mean, I don't know. I guess it'd be good because they would force people to pay it. But I don't know. Anyway, strong quarter for Netflix. What do we have? You know what? I think we had some other stuff, though. We definitely did not have just Netflix after the close today.
We had UAL.
Yeah, we had UAL, and we had, I think that's probably it. So let's look at the UAL report real fast.
Oh, I think that's coming in right now or something.
UAL? Oh,
yeah.
I don't see. Is it not? Oh, I don't see.
It's coming in right now. It's hitting the tape because you can see the
Yep,
reaction.
430. Just hit 430.
Boom.
Remains on track to meet 2022 targets. Okay. Reporting. I'm going to go here. Skim. 2021 Q3 capacity down 28% compared to the same quarter in 2019. So pre-COVID there. Net income. Hey, net income of $500 million. Adjusted net loss of 0.3. So okay, still not making money on an adjusted net income. Let's see, total revenue per available seat mile, which is sort of a key metric for efficiency and profitability, down 5% compared to the same period 2 years ago before COVID. What else do we got? EBITDA of 7.4%. I don't have an estimate there, so let's see. Oh, outlook. Here we go. Expects fourth quarter 2021 capacity to be down about 23% compared to the same period 2 years ago. Expects Q4 total revenue to be down 25 to 30% compared to 2 years ago. Estimates, this is interesting, estimates 2021 Q4 fuel prices. They're guiding how much I don't know if they always guide this, but they're guiding how much they think they're going to pay for fuel for the current quarter at $2.39 per gallon. I know they,
Man, can I pump that?
Well, I know that's not quite the same. It's a different, it's a different fuel than what you and I use, but that's still, I mean, I would assume that's higher than normal, right?
Maybe they're just trying to say also that they're worried about maybe gas prices continuing to go up, so they're just locking some in.
I don't look at these reports every quarter, so I don't know if they always guide on fuel prices, but that's interesting. If they don't, that's interesting. Maybe they always do, but I don't know. That seems interesting to me. The conference call is not till tomorrow morning. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it's hard with the airlines because they're all still down from pre. It's all the same situation, right? They're all still down from 2019, but they're coming back from where they were last year. All of them. So, what is UAL doing after hours? I just saw your chart.
Yeah, it
popped and it dropped. Yeah,
that little pop and drop kind of thing.
Quiet. Yeah, I don't really have any estimates here. I'm sure the Benzinga Pro newsfeed does. Here we go. Yeah, so their earnings per share actually came in above estimates at a loss of $1.02 versus a loss of $1.63. Their sales came in higher as well, 7.8 versus $7.64 billion. So it's the same story as last quarter and the quarter before that and the quarter before that and the quarter before that, right? It's like, yeah, we're down, but we're slowly coming back. It's gonna take a minute.
It's a new consumer. I don't think it's the same one. When you think about it, I think for them to say that it's 25 to 30% down total sales from 2019 shows me, I think that's just the standard. Maybe you might get it a little bit, maybe take a little bit off of that. Maybe you get towards, let's say, 15 to 20%. But I don't think you're going to get much closer to that, at least anytime soon, especially with business travel the way it is.
Yeah. What's a good website to find all earnings dates? Chris G, if you have Benzinga Pro, you have that information in your Benzinga Pro, or you can go to Chris G. I will show you. Ready? Chris G, check this calendar. Check this out, Chris G. I'm going to share my screen. 1 second. You go to benzinga.com, which I am at. There we go. Okay. You go on the top right. You go to tools.
Well, what?
Bam! Earnings calendar.
Bam.
There you go.
For
Bada
the
bing, bada boom.
FREE.
You could filter it by date, and it is FREE. That spells free. Look at this. Filter by date. So, for example, today is the 19th. It's over. Let's look at the 20th. Let's see what we got. And look, we definitely want to sort this, right? We want to sort AM and PM, right? Let's look at the AM first. Anthem, they're big. Verizon, they're big. Abbott Labs, they're big. Biogen, they're big.
Yeah.
CP, Canadian Pacific, is big. What else do we have? Did I skip any of these? No. Winnebago, NASDAQ, we talked about. It's been a monster. Winnebago is fun because it was a high flyer stock last year. After hours here, we got to the PM section. IBM, CSX is interesting. Las Vegas Sands is interesting to me. That's kind of it. I don't know if I see anything else. I don't think we see anything too interesting here. Oh wait, Tesla. Duh. Tesla there.
Come
Yeah,
on.
Tesla's tomorrow. Okay, that's the big one.
That's the big boy. We'll have it on live more than likely right here.
That's the plan. Well, Tesla is usually out later though. They're usually out at like 4:30 or 5, so we'll figure it out.
Hey, we'll throw it on after Chris.
Yep. Shelly, yes, this is going to be our last live show of the day, at least that to my knowledge. You never know with us, but there is no cannabis show today because the cannabis crew is in Vegas. They're all in Vegas for MJ BizCon. So we're going to be streaming live actually tomorrow and Thursday from MJ BizCon in Vegas during the day. So no cannabis insider today. And that's going to be a wrap, I think.
That is a wrap. We'll definitely go ahead and watch Netflix, see if it opens green tomorrow or in the red.
I have my money. I'm going to say now, let's get it out in the open right now. Netflix closed at 6:39. I'm going to say Netflix opens below 6:39. And it's not a very hot take because we're trading at 6:40. We're trading up $1. But I'm going to say we close below 6:39. I'm going to say we open. Sorry, open. I'm going to say we open below 6:39. We open down. That's what I'm saying.
I'll take the other side.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow, like always, on PreMarket Prep. And like always, guys, give us a like. Give us a subscribe. What do you want to see more on at the close? One of the things is we definitely want to improve this show right here at the close. So let us know. What do you want to see more of? Do you want to see like PreMarket Prep? Do you want some topics? You want some graphics? What's going on? Let us know what you want to see. See you next time. Spency.
Oh my God.
Ow.
Who's in charge of ending this? Is that me? That could be me. I guess I'll do it.
We'll just kick back.